This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Hey, welcome. Oh, man, I totally screwed that up, didn't I? Welcome to the Reaver Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. Also, KLRN Radio. How the hell is everybody doing? Don't forget, join the chat, join the conversation. You can go to YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Facebook. Go any place like that. Join the conversation. Jump on in. Tell me what you think. How the hell's everybody doing? It has been a good weekend. Of course, I did some changing in the studio. So, of course, things are a little off. Trying to get everything situated. Oh, rat bugger. I had to change where my window for or the monitor is because it was being blocked by the new camera system. So getting things up and running. Yo, see, this is what I don't like about the chat with this one program I'm using. Facebook comes up as only user, and that's it. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Now, let's see. Where do we want to start this shit show? Because, the Democrats, they're just losing it right now. And not just the election. I just saw Kamala Harris is Donald Trump intends to end the Affordable Care Act. Well, you don't have to convince me. I already voted for him. But this is the lady that wants to end the filibuster, pack the courts, and put co-equal branch of government under the direct oversight of another. She wants to destroy our government. Think about that. What do you think the filibuster? Filibuster would make it so that Democrats can make any rule they want. As long as they have 50%, boom, they're going to push it through. To hell with democracy. It's funny, the party that screams, they're going to hurt democracy. They're going to hurt democracy. They're destroying democracy. What the fuck do you think they're doing, people? What do you think they want to do? pack the Supreme Court. Why? Because they don't like it that we have Supreme Court justices that are now following the Constitution. That's all they're doing. And they don't like it. Oh, guess what? Ask me if I care whether you like it or not. Because I don't. Oh. Now it's got me curious who's in the Facebook chat. I got to find this out. Stalking. Oh. Claudia Chica, how are you doing? And thank you for being here, sincerely. All right. So Trump had his rally at Madison Square Garden. Jam-packed. And outside was jam-packed. As one person put it, he would never have thought there would be a day that you could wear Trump stuff in New York City and not get punched or shot. And there it was. Tens of thousands of Trump supporters wearing Trump gear. This movement is bigger. And here's the funny part. The Democrats have helped them. They're hissy fit. Ooh, hang on. Nevada Supreme Court rules that ballots without postmark arriving 3 days after election must be counted. But the federal government already said that those that aren't there, federal courts have already said if it's not there the day of election, they are not to be counted. So that's a big question. Which one do you go with? You know, the Democrats are going to follow because they are going to try to pack the election. That's why it's going to be days. No, it doesn't take days. It hasn't taken days with less technology than we have today. That's where it's telling me that the Democrats are still going to try to cheat this. And don't tell me they're not. Because everything's screaming that. If you had more than one brain cell, you would go, yeah, they're going to try to pull some shit, people. It's ridiculous. But back to Madison Square Garden. And there was a comedian, Tony, had his name. Tony was in Hinchcliffe, I think it is. I could be butchering him. He made some jokes that didn't even exactly go over that great with the crowd about Puerto Rico being, overtaken by trash. And Democrats are throwing a hissy fit. And it's amazing because it's the truth. Puerto Rico is having a pollution / trash problem on a large scale. Yeah, they said it was a Nazi rally. And you know what? They're getting blowback, the Democrats, from Jewish groups that are saying that by calling that a Nazi rally, you are diminishing the Holocaust. It is getting really tiresome. Because if you really look at it, and what's funny is Kamala Harris was out there doing it one time wearing a brown jacket. How fitting is that? She had a brown coat on as she's pushing propaganda. And why did they say it was like a Nazi rally? Because in 1939, Nazis held a rally at Madison Square Garden. Democrats held a Klan meeting at Madison Square Garden in 1929, I think it was, for the Democrat Party. I think they called it the Klan Bake. So, you know what? Spare me your rhetoric, your propaganda. And it's coming out. I actually had an article where there's a Democrat operative that it's even saying that they got to stop with the rhetoric. Tell me I didn't do that. All right, let me go to that. It's not working, and they need to back off with the rhetoric. That it's not changing anybody. If anything, it's pushing people away from the Democrat Party because they can see through the bullshit. Thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people are waking up to the Democrat bullshit, the propaganda that they are spewing. I said it before, and I'll keep saying it again. There's only one thing I've ever heard truthful out of this whole Harris campaign. Nothing comes to my mind. That is the only truthful thing that woman has ever said. Nothing comes to my mind. I wish I could have been up there in MSG. That would have been, the energy just looked. Elon Musk, I love seeing him there. They're trying to attack him for wearing a black MAGA hat. I mean, Jesus Christ, the shit that they're nitpicking on. I mean, really, they're just pulling the old spaghetti, just throwing it against the wall and see what the hell sticks. Problem is, nothing is sticking. Nothing. Why? Because we heard all this bullshit time and time and time again, people. You know what? One of the things that burned me out back in 2016, why I needed to take a break, one of the reasons. Coming out here and saying the same thing every fucking show. Because that's what the Democrats are doing. The same fucking thing over and over and over again. And I can't understand how people still buy into the bullshit. I was watching YouTube the other night. It's called The Crucible. And the guy goes around and he does invasions of TikTok. And this one that he went to, the person was a so-called independent. And I want you to convince me you can't talk about the border. You can't talk about abortion. You can't talk about this. But convince me to vote for Trump. And every time you said anything, another guy started chiming in, yelling, oh, that's bullshit. That's fake news. That's wrong. That's wrong. People are like, because I was doing better off financially. No, you weren't. Click, kick them off. So what they ended up doing is just started trolling this channel because they're hitting Trump about his divorces. So they started jumping on and asking about Bill Clinton railing Monica Lewinsky in the White House. Oh, that's different. I can't talk about that. And they just kept over and over and over again. One person came on and said, well, since they want to vote for Kamala since she's a woman, I'm voting for Trump because he's a man. Oh, nobody's doing that. It's like, women for Kamala. We're voting her because you want a woman president. You have Michelle Obama going, the only reason people aren't voting for her because they're sexist. They won't vote for her because she's a woman. Democrats are the party of identity. And yeah, Claudia, you're right. It's every MSM outlet was given the narratives. Their talking heads on X, social media, were out there. And it's like, do you think that little of Americans that they can't see that everybody's saying the same fucking thing and think, oh, this is just generic. Oh, they all thought of it themselves at the same time. And they keep repeating the same keywords. No, because they're given talking points to go out there and spread. You still have Democrats out there that believe in Russia collusion. That's scary, and they're voting.
Politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Right here on shrmedia.com. Conservative media done right. Right after the show at 10 o'clock, the show will be rebroadcasted on KLRN Radio. And as you can see, these are all the places that you can find the show. Whoop. Not that one. This one, you need a producer. So you don't screw up. Oh, where did that one go? Oh, there it is. Sean moved things around on me. I'm blaming Sean for it because I can. All right. Oh, come on. Why won't that do that now? All right. Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, Twitch, X, Rumble, YouTube, and our good friends over at KLRN Radio. And don't forget, a week from tomorrow. Wait a minute, what did it say? Monday? Yeah, a week from tomorrow is the election. Be here for the best election coverage out there. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on SHR Media, through all of our outlets, It's going to be an amazing night. Get out and vote, people. I can't stress this enough, and I will keep stressing it this show and Monday night. Get out and vote. Drag your friends. Drag your relatives. I don't care. Grab them by the hair. Grab them all caveman style if you have to. No, don't do that. Now I'll get a strike. Oh, you're inciting violence. Because YouTube does not get sarcasm. You need to vote. Got to tell a little story. So I was listening to the Madison Square Garden rally. I think it was Donald Trump Jr. came out. And he was talking about you need to go out and vote. And he turns around and goes, you need to vote like you're the third monkey on the ramp to Noah's Ark, and brother, it's starting to rain. I jumped off the couch and fucking yelled at the TV. I'm like, you stole that, God damn it. I stole it from BZ, but hey, finders keepers. And somebody else was telling me somebody else used it today too. I'm not the inventor of it, but I just thought it was funny as hell. My wife's looking at me like, you're nuts. You're nuts. I'm like, well, you kind of knew that when you married me. For this show, we're listening to Black Label Society. I know you can't hear it, but I can. I would love to have some music in the background, but the copyright strikes and all that. There's actually a platform that I was thinking, actually, SHR Media was thinking about expanding to, and it would give us a music license. But it's like, we can't use it because then there's issue with Rumble, X, Facebook, YouTube. It's like, I don't know. It's just, but we're looking at expanding, getting out to larger markets, but nothing larger than X. Don't forget to share the show, hit subscribe, follow, like. It feeds the algorithm monster and helps us out. And be there Tuesday, November 5th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on SHR Media for your election news and coverage. So back to, I know I keep getting sidetracked. I don't know who keeps doing that, but someone keeps sidetracking me. Wait a minute. What is Chris Como going on? See, I don't trust Chris. Chris Como? I don't trust him. He lied to us for years, and now it's, I could be more popular if I back Trump and the conservatives. But he's on. Let me put this over here. He's over on Twitter with something. Let's see what this schmuck has to say. Yes.
You got to stop thinking that the people who support Trump are like Trump, that they speak like Trump, that they act like Trump. They don't. They want to hire Trump to do a dirty job. They want him to be a virus to the political corpus. They want him to disrupt, to destroy, to demean those that they disrespect and dislike, the system that they distrust and despise. They want someone to do what they believe has been done to them and that they cannot do themselves. That's why they don't care that he exhibits terrible behavior, because they're putting him into a terrible place. If you're sending somebody into the jungle, do you really care if they're a savage? You see what I'm saying? And you have to understand it that way. You may not agree, you may not accept, you may not like, but that's what it is.
He's kind of right, but I don't think Trump is all that savage with what he says and all that. I really don't. I'm from New Jersey, so he's tame. He's calm compared to what I'm used to. We as a country have gotten soft. All right, we have other countries laughing at us. France is laughing at us. France of all countries. It's getting nuts anymore. But I was going to go on about the rally. And the funny part is the media's up in arms. The Democrats are up in arms. But they weren't up in arms over this. Let me pull this up. In fact, they praised this. They had no issue with that. No problem at all when Kathy Griffin did that. That was fine. But now, all of a sudden, they seem to have an issue with a joke about the island of Puerto Rico. Now, what I found funny is some of the responses. Set this video up. And share. Let me get this. And here we go.
I've already had a few people tag me in the videos of the comedian today at the Trump rally insulting Puerto Rico, or what they felt like was an insult. As a Puerto Rican American myself, my dad grew up in Puerto Rico. I was not insulted by this in the very least. Number one, this guy is a comedian. Number two, the clip that they don't show you from right before that is him joking with Latino Americans about a bunch of stuff in our culture. And if you know anything about a Latino American or Hispanic American, we are our worst critics. We harass and make fun of each other. Or if you gave two shits about Puerto Rico or learned anything that's going on there, you would know that this guy's not talking about Puerto Rican people. He's talking about the island of Puerto Rico, which has a massive pollution problem. Tons of trash washes up on this beach every single day, and it looks like a landfill. And there's been a huge problem there since the last hurricane. You know, the one that wiped out people's houses that they did nothing to help with? What a cheap shot they're trying to make while Kamala Harris is at an African-American church in Pennsylvania with a whole new accent she picked up today. But guys, it's not working. It's just not working. Don't come after us Latino Americans, and definitely don't come after us Puerto Rican Americans, because we ain't here for your guys' bullshit. New York City is turning red. Trump will be the next president of the United States, and you guys are going to have to learn how to live with it. And if under some miracle, even though he's winning in every single swing state, he isn't, we're going to stay here and we're going to fight for the next 4 years to get our country back, no matter what happens, because God only knows we'll be in the middle of World War III by then.
The people are tired of it. The people are waking up to the Democrat bullshit. And it's not that. They think, how did that happen? Grabbed the wrong screen. They think we're dumb. And we can't see that they're a masterful psychological attack on the Americans. This is my issue. You got a bunch of people with college degrees that think they're smarter than everybody else because they got a college degree. And because some book told them that if we do this, X, Y, Z, or because they sit around and poll their ideas, and a small group likes their ideas, let's go to the masses with it. They'll buy it. No, we're done with it, people. That's what they can't understand. We are so done with it. Yeah, there's stuff. I'm tired of it. You know, it's. See, this is what I love about my generation, Generation X. I remember we bust each other's balls left, right, and center. Nonstop. About everything. And there's been no what am I? Hold on one second. I'll get that. Well, I don't have the TikTok. I got it from Twitter, but you may be able to find it. I can't guarantee. Oh, come on. Why won't it give it to me? There it is. Copy link. No, you're not interrupting me. That's what chat's for. I don't mind. There is the link for the X. I don't know. You might be able to find it on TikTok, though. But with that, I was going to go to real quick that Generation X. We bust balls about everything and anything. And it's just that. Jokes. People have gotten too pussified lately. You can't say this and you can't say that. You know what I did with my daughter? My daughter's like 4'9", I think. 4'9", 4'8", 4'9". My wife's 4'10". I have joked with my daughter about her height since she could understand. And like I told her, if you can learn to laugh at yourself, and you could take these jokes and not let it bother you, there's nothing anybody's going to say that's going to bother you. If you could laugh at them, it's going to piss them off more. It's going to piss you off for what they say. And she goes through life very, very fun. Doesn't let shit bother her.
Politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
And welcome back to the Reaver Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and here to make sense out of the senseless right here on SHR Media, conservative media done right. 10 o'clock will be rebroadcast on KLRN Radio. You can find the Reaver Common Sense on YouTube, Rumble, X, Twitch, Facebook, KLORN Radio, SHR Media, Apple Podcasts, Speaker, iHeart, and Spotify, and so many others. And if you want to listen to the podcast, you can just go to shrmedia.com and click on the podcast tag. Oh, where are we at? All right. An election is almost here, and it's not going to stop the shit. It's not. But I'm glad to see there's a group. You have a group, American First Legal. It appears. Let me pull this up. Hang on. All right, I'm pulling up their tweet real quick. We'll go over a couple things. What they're doing. There has been a concerted effort by a couple. It's backed by the DNC and their lawyers. And what they're doing is they are attacking any Trump lawyer, any lawyer that's willing to align themselves with Trump, help Trump with any case. They are trying to get him disbarred. And they have filed frivolous complaint after complaint after complaint. The interference from the DNC. This is how scared they are of this man, that they know he will win. That they try to attack him at every level. And now they're attacking the people that support him and help him. They're attacking him and trying to remove law licenses. So they have now filed complaints against the attorneys that are filing complaints against other attorneys. And I don't blame them. It's we represent a lawyer in this filing this complaint against Michael J. Teeter, Utah Bar, admitted on May 4th, 2018. As you know, the legal profession plays a critical role in a free society. Attorneys must be free to be zealous advocates on behalf of their clients, to take on matters or causes that might be unpopular in segments of society, and to do so without fear of meritless attacks on their reputations from those who have different viewpoints. When members of the bar seek to attack other members of the bar simply because of the clients they have, the cause they advance, or worse, because of meritless lies and half-truths advanced in the media, the entire profession suffers. This lawyer is a managing director, Mr. Teeter is of Project 65 Project, a left-of-center lawfare organization. The leadership includes Melissa Moss, a former finance chair of the DNC, and prominent liberal political consultant David Brock. Heard that name many a times. The 65 Project was formed for the purpose of disbarring Trump-aligned attorneys, Trump legal allies. When it was formed, Mr. Teeter told CNN that creating a system of deterrent requires that people know these complaints have. That's all on that one. And they have filed a bar complaint against the director for his actions. I'm trying to break it in. And they got a bunch of, everybody. Let me go to this again, and here it is. I told you. What the heck? All right, what did I do wrong? I done something wrong. Stop sharing. The complaint filed on behalf of Stefan outlines the following reasons for the Utah State Bar to open investigation. Apparent violation of Rule 8.4. Mr. Teeter conduct appears to have violated Rule 8.4 of the Utah Rules of Professional Conduct by, among other things, engaging in conduct prejudicial to the administration of justice by seeking to punish lawyers associated with a single client. It goes on and on, but I'm glad to see, and CNN inside the effort to disbar attorneys who back bogus election lawsuit. I have seen a lot of attorneys file a lot of bogus lawsuits and never have anything come about. But I'm finally glad someone is going back and attacking this lawfare that the Democrats are using to try to silence the American people. And that's what it comes down to. They're trying to silence the American people. And we got to watch, because it's not that simple of Trump wins and it's done. Because you have Democrats who have said that they will not seat Trump. I played it before. Now I will keep playing this to warn people of what's going on. It takes me a second to get this up. Sorry.
What can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody. And us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need.
And that says it all, what the Democrats plan to do. When they're pointing their fingers at everybody, that's exactly what they're doing. And that is an insurrection, because they're going to try to use the actual insurrection clause against Trump. That's what he's talking about. That is what he is talking about. As they're talking about insurrection, and we're going to use the insurrection clause. And what has really got me laughing, they impeached Trump. One of the impeachments was insurrection, and he was found not guilty. He was found not guilty. Whether you want to say it was stacked, those charges were stacked against him. And yes, he was impeached. I hate this argument with people. Impeachment just means you are charged. It's an indictment. It's a political term of indictment. Doesn't mean he got kicked out of office. He was indicted in the federal government. It went to a court case that was held by the Senate, presided over by a Supreme Court judge, and he was found not guilty. Now, what's funny is at least the Republicans held a court. Remember when Mayorkas got impeached And Schumer refused to vote on it. He refused to hold an actual case, a trial. Yeah. How people still back that sham of a party is beyond me. It boggles my mind time and time again.
Politics, commentary, sarcasm, alcohol, and high blood pressure. It's as American as a good revolution. So tune in every Monday and Friday at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. on the East Coast on the SHR Media Network and KLRN Radio. For details, visit www.shrmedia.com.
Welcome back to the Reaver Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm here to make sense out of the senseless right here on shrmedia.com. You can find us on Speaker, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, KLRN Radio, Twitch, X, Rumble, YouTube, and of course, shrmedia.com. Oh, Elon Musk is predicting that Trump will win by 69.420%, as foretold in the prophecy. And we'll see. Just remember, there's no red wave. Get out there and vote. There's no other answer. No red wave. Get out there and vote. I'm going to use my line. Vote like you're the third monkey on Noah's Ark's ramp. And brother, it's starting to rain. Get out there. Vote. Drag your friends. Your family. And if you notice, I'm not telling you to go vote Trump. Because that's not the American way. I want Trump to win. I want you to vote Trump. And I think I've made the case for Trump over the time. But it is your duty to vote. And that's one of the great things about this country is you get to vote for who you want. See, I'm not going to shame you. I may think you're an idiot, but I'm not going to shame you for it. I'm not going to sit there and attack you for it. And that's the difference between the right and left. The left's going to attack me for voting Trump. And I just want you to vote. I want you to get out there and vote. But realize Kamala and that party right now and all the little Indians around her, they are not out for what's best for America. They're out for what's best for their pockets, what's best for them. And you're like, Trump's doing it. No. Trump lost $1 billion. Does anybody understand that? He lost $1 billion while he was in office. He gave up his empire. That man could be out on a beach with his beautiful wife, playing golf, relaxing, enjoying life. But no, he's out here trying to do what's right for this country, trying to make the country better for you and me. And the country was better under Trump. I know these leftists, no, it wasn't. I had more money in my pocket back then. Jobs were plentiful. American production was up. Stock market was doing great. Stop listening to him because the numbers show we had the lowest and safest border. Even with the Democrats fighting them every step of the way. They're like, well, he didn't get the border secure. He didn't get the wall. Yeah, because fucking Biden stopped building it. Then sold off the material. Bet you didn't know that. Biden's been selling off the material for the wall the last 3.5 years. But hey, our feelings. You know what wave I want to see for this election? Thank you, Rick, for this. I want to see a common sense wave. That's what I want to see. A common sense wave. Yes, the hair's getting in my face and it's annoying the piss out of me. This election is very important to the future of this country, our kids. What are we telling them we want to leave them? Men destroying women's movement? Men destroying women's sports? Freedom across the border? An untethered, unchecked border? Understand this when we talk about the border, with it being open. It's more than just people coming across the border without getting permission. By having that open border, the Democrats are helping the cartels. They're giving cartels business because they pay or they get paid to bring people across the border, which makes it real easy for them to do. They also strap those idiots with drugs. It makes it easier for the cartels to flood our country with drugs. Fentanyl, cocaine, heroin. And it's killing Americans, and the Democrats don't give a flying fuck. Since the 80s, they've been promising to fix the border. And they never do. They never have. They've gotten their amnesty several times. And then they just turn around and go their way. And they don't secure the border. Now Kamala cares about Puerto Rico. Now she's got a plan to help them. Where the fuck was that plan for the last 3.5 years? Nowhere to be found. now that she thinks she can make some brownie points, I got a plan. That whole campaign is fake as hell. Like Sean calls her AstroTurf. She is. She's fake. She's fake. I mean, there's that one of her in the bar. I want you to go out. I'm not going to show. I want you to go find it. Okay? And watch her drink. She doesn't even take a drink of the beer. She puts up to her mouth. Everything is staged and faked. Choreographed. And then to replacing Biden with Harris was like shitting your pants and changing your shirt. They put in such a shit candidate. That's not even funny. But they thought, oh, well, we hid Biden in the basement. We could do it with her. Nobody will care. We did it. But guess what? People saw it. People are paying attention to it. We're not voting for her because she's a woman. We're not voting for her. We're not voting for her because she's black or a woman. We're not voting for her because she's an idiot. Not because she's a woman, not because she's black, because she's an idiot. YouTube's now censoring the Joe Rogan interview of Donald Trump. And then, and now Billy Baldwin's going out there and telling you, if you're black, Latino, or woman, you have no self-respect if you vote for Trump. So this idiot is going to tell people how they should think and feel, and that they have no self-respect for following the American way. And now he's calling for the United Talent Agency to dump Tony Hinchcliffe. Well, Billy Baldwin and his brothers can go pound sand up their fucking ass. Their brother murdered somebody, and he's got no way with it. Understand this, Hollywood. We're tired of these idiots. Your movies are failing because they're bad, but they're also failing because we're not going to see them because we're tired of supporting these idiots who preach and talk down to us as they play dress up and pretend. So until you get that through your head, I know I won't be going to the movies. I'm tired of it. I'm not calling for boycott, but I'm tired of spending money on these idiots for them to talk down to me. And all they do is play dress up and pretend. They're little kids. Two more shows before the election. Election day, November 5th. We got a big special. Election day coverage. I want everybody to be here. I invite everybody. Jump at the conversation. Hopefully it will be a celebration. I'm feeling good about it. Get out and vote. Get out there and vote. Talk your neighbors to go to vote. Get out there. But again, November 5th. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on SHR Media through, let's show you. No, not that one. That one. Speaker, iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, KLON Radio. We will be partnering up with KLON Radio and going back and forth with coverage from each other. Twitch, X, Rumble, YouTube, and of course, SHR Media. You'll have myself, Jersey Joe, the great Sackhead Sean, the elder spokesman, the great BZ, and we got a large group of special guests to come in. Jeff Lutz. I'm blanking on the rest of them. We'll have all that information for you real soon. But we got a bunch of guests coming in. A lot of reports from the fields out there. But until Friday, have a great week, people.